आशी उठ जा यार, कम ऑन, देखो पापा, आशी पापा।
हाय आश्रे, हैप्पी बर्थडे आश्रे। भाई उठ जा यार, सब तेरा वेट कर रहे हैं और जल्दी कर। अगर तुझे उठना है तो 5 बारी ब्लिंक कर। 1 2 3 4 5 कर। अब उठ।
These are the heartbreaking visuals of Ashray's loved ones desperately trying to wake him up. A once cheerful, energetic young boy, full of life and excitement, Ashray Bhatia's world changed forever on March 1st, 2018. That day, a tragic fall from the 3rd floor of a residential complex in New Friends Colony in Delhi turned his life upside down.
Ashray was taken from the 2nd floor of his house to the terrace of the building by the children of the landlord to engage in a balloon fight. And once he arrived at the terrace, the children engaged in a balloon fight. And that is when Ashray was provoked and he stood up on a bucket. And when he stood up on a bucket of water to cross the terrace, that is when he was hit by a balloon. And because of getting hit by the balloon, he lost his balance. But what is very crucial to note is that even if we presume that the children were innocently fighting, even then there was a shaft which was completely dangerously open on the terrace, right from the 3rd floor till the basement of the building. This shaft had dangerous steel bars, it had sewage pipes, and Ashray fell all the way down from the 3rd floor terrace right to the basement, a total fall of 4 floors. See, our demand is very simple. We as parents were not in the country that day. We don't know what happened. We are absolutely unsure as to what transpired that day. And we are not directly putting allegations on anyone. All we are asking for is a fair investigation. As parents whose child has lost all facets of a normal life, all we are seeking is at least file an FIR. At least give him the respect of investigation. Who washed away the blood samples? Why were there no biometrics taken? Why were there no photographs taken of the incident? If this happens in a city like Delhi, that in South Delhi, a New Friends Colony police station says that they have lost all the documents. It's a computerized branch and they claim in the court they have lost all the documents.
Why was this dangerously open ventilation shaft left exposed that day? A question that haunts those who knew Ashray. One thing is certain, had the shaft been covered, this tragedy could have been prevented. Ashray would not have fallen.
The Joint Commissioner of Police, Ms. Meenu Chaudhary, has specifically written to the DCP to contact the Municipal Corporation of Delhi and find out what are the exact norms for the shafts. The police has already sent a notice to the MCD. Now it is up to the MCD to come out with the bylaws. And we have approached the MCD through the police station asking us to please get the exact bylaws. Now as you understand, every building has a ventilation shaft. Every building has a shaft for the washrooms. Now, isn't it the duty of the building owners to completely cover it safely as per the order of the Honorable Court, Saket District Court? And I have the copy with me here. They have clearly mentioned that, however, having observed so, it is pertinent to note that the child did fall down from a significant height. So they are not denying that. With the loose plastic sheet covering the shaft. As a result of which, the fall proved near fatal. At best, an offence punishable under section 330 IPC is found to be made out on the basis of this complaint. Now, what they have mentioned in the order is that the child did fall from a certain height. The fall proved to be near fatal. They are not denying that. What they are saying is that this offence is made out, but it is time barred.
The tragedy occurred in 2018, but it wasn't until 2023 that Ashray's parents decided to take legal action. They claim they only recently discovered alleged foul play in his fall. However, when they approached the Saket court, the ruling was clear. At best, the case fell under Section 338 of the IPC, which deals with causing grievous hurt by endangering life or personal safety. But with a 5-year delay, the court deemed the complaint time-barred. Undeterred, Ashray's parents have now filed a revision petition, urging the court to order the registration of an FIR in the case.
On 9th of January 2024, the Ministry of Women and Child Development under Shri Smriti Irani had given orders to the Women and Child Development Ministry in the state of Delhi and told them to look into this matter. Now, the Ministry of Women and Child Development in Delhi orders the Child Welfare Committee Delhi to investigate and to give orders accordingly. The Child Welfare Committee procured all the documents from us, took all our statements, and as per their observation, they guided the JJB1, that is the Juvenile Justice Board in Delhi, to file an FIR against the accused. The FIR has still not been filed. On the first date of the hearing, the judge at the Juvenile Justice Board 1 in Delhi summoned the police station and the SHO of New Friends Colony and sent them a show cause notice as to why an FIR is still not filed in a cognizable offence.
On March 5, 2024, the Juvenile Justice Board pulled up the SHO, demanding answers. Why was an FIR never registered despite the complaint revealing a cognizable offence? The SHO's response was simple. The case was time-barred. Then on March 22nd, the board stepped back, deciding not to take up Ashray's case, advising his family to approach the court instead. Since then, Ashray's parents have been running from pillar to post, desperately seeking justice for their son.
Now the point is, an 11-year-old boy falls 4 floors down, is admitted to the hospital. There's a medico-legal case made by the hospital doctors, not by us. And they clearly mention that the boy has suffered dangerous head injuries. And if anybody suffers dangerous head injuries and the fall has proved almost fatal, the boy slips into coma, is on ventilator, isn't that the ground enough for a police to file an FIR? What is very interesting is that on the 20th of February 2024, we write a petition to the President of India. We get a letter from the Under Secretary of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, wherein he directs on the behalf of the President of India, the Home Secretary of India. The Home Secretary of India is responsible for the policing of the entire country. The Rashtrapati Bhavan writes to the Home Secretary of India to look into the matter and take action. The Home Secretary sends various letters to the Commissioner of Police. Why the action is not taken? Because the system works in a way where the Commissioner of Police then directs it to Joint CP. Joint CP would direct it to DCP. DCP would direct again to the same inquiry officer who is being compromised. And when I met the Police Commissioner of Delhi myself, he promised me only one thing. He said if there is any cognizable offence which took place, irrespective of the time, delay or any other material fact, if there is a cognizable offence which has happened, he will direct his people to file an FIR. But even then, there are people who are higher up in Delhi police who are making sure that the culprits are saved.
Ashray's family has made one thing clear. They are not here to play the blame game. All they want is for an FIR to be registered so that the truth about what really happened that fateful day can come to light. In search of answers, we reached out to the landlord of the building to get his response on the matter.
आप मुनीश महाजन जी बोल रहे हैं?
हाँ जी।
मुनीश जी, आप जो न्यूसेंस कॉलोनी में जो अपार्टमेंट है के ओरिजिनल बिल्डिंग और ओनर आप ही है ना? जी, आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि उस दिन क्या हुआ था?
सर, 6.5 साल पुरानी बात है। 2018
जी।
उसकी बेटी की स्टेटमेंट है, उसका भाई छत पे था विद ऑल द किड्स और वो गुब्बारा मारने के लिए छज्जे पे चढ़ रहा था। 3rd टेरेस के ऊपर साइड पे चारों तरफ बाउंड्री वॉल होती है, वहाँ पे एक शाफ्ट थी, पार्टी उसने रखी। ऑब्वियसली छोटा बच्चा, इतनी हाइट नहीं होती कि सीधा छज्जे पे चढ़ पाए।
जी जी।
उसने नीचे पानी होली खेल रहा था, नीचे पानी था, बाल्टी पे एक पैर रखा, दूसरा चढ़ रहा था, स्लिप किया और गिर गया। दैट इज व्हाट एक्चुअली हैपेंड।
When we questioned the landlord about the open shaft, why it was left uncovered, and why no measures were taken to secure it, we were taken aback by his response. He claimed there was no regulation mandating that such ventilation shafts must be covered.
मुनीश जी, जो आपने बताया कि बच्चा शाफ्ट में नीचे गिर गया था, है ना? जी, ये शाफ्ट कवर्ड नहीं होना चाहिए था? कुछ ग्रिल लगाना कुछ होता है ना कि शाफ्ट कवर्ड होना चाहिए?
क्योंकि अगर शाफ्ट कवर्ड होगा तो आप खुद बताओ ना, हवा कैसे निकलेगी?
नहीं, पर वो ग्रिल लगता है ना शाफ्ट में, तो लीगली मैंडेटेड है कि ग्रिल लगना चाहिए, मेटल का ग्रिल लगना चाहिए।
किसने कहा आपको ये?
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि
आपका मेरे पास एमसीडी का सैंक्शन प्लान है।
अच्छा।
कहीं नहीं लगता, बाद में जरूर लगवाया है, बट लगता कहीं नहीं है।
आप कह रहे हैं कि लीगली रिक्वायर्ड ही नहीं होता कि
नहीं है। करेक्ट।
तो अच्छा, ठीक है, लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट छोड़िए, ये एक कॉमन सेंस वाली बात है कि अगर 4 फ्लोर लंबा है आपके,
इसका मतलब है, एक सेकंड, आप आपके घर पे रहते हैं, वहाँ पे टेरेस है?
जी।
टेरेस में चारों तरफ छत के ऊपर बाउंड्री वॉल है?
जी।
तो बाउंड्री वॉल के आगे की जगह में आप ग्रिल लगाते हैं?
नहीं, पर ये तो शाफ्ट बिल्डिंग के बीच है ना।
सिंपल चीज बताओ, जो शाफ्ट है ना उसके ऊपर भी चारों तरफ पैराफिट वॉल है।
कितने हाइट पे?
तो इसका मतलब छत के ऊपर चारों तरफ पैराफिट वॉल है।
तो मुनीश जी, आप कह रहे हैं कि
आप ना पूरी बात सुनिए, तो चारों तरफ पैराफिट वॉल है, तो आपके चारों तरफ जो पैराफिट वॉल है, तो उसके ऊपर भी मेरे को आगे ग्रिल लगानी है।
मुनीश जी, तो आपका कहना है कि जो ओपन जो शाफ्ट था, खुला हुआ था, उसमें कोई रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होती ग्रिल लगाने की?
3 फुट चारों तरफ वॉल है शाफ्ट की।
ठीक है।
तो इसका मतलब है कोई बंदा छत पे जाएगा और साइड की वॉल से चढ़ेगा और गिर जाएगा, तो मैं वहां पे भी ग्रिल लगाऊंगा?
मुनीश जी, पर
आपने किसी बिल्डिंग में ये देखा है?
We also spoke to Amit Mahajan, the brother of Munish Mahajan, who echoed the same stance. There was no legal requirement to cover open shafts. He assured us that he was more than willing to answer all our questions regarding the incident.
आप भी यही कह रहे हैं कि जो टॉप फ्लोर पे जो ओपन शाफ्ट होता है वो कवर्ड होने का कोई लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं होता?
ऐसा कोई नहीं है रिक्वायरमेंट, आप मेरे को दिखा दीजिए तो मैं मान लूंगा। नो लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट, द बिल्डिंग हैज बीन मेड एज पर सैंक्शन प्लान।
जी मैंने।
लेकिन मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं, इन्होंने हम पे सारे झूठे इल्जाम लगाए थे, जिसके कारण हम कोर्ट में गए हैं। आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू दैट मिस्टर सनी भाटिया हैज बीन स्लैप्ड विद अ defamation case. He has given an undertaking in court not to write any slanderous statements or to even write our name. Number 2. Number 3, the court orders are already in my possession, which clarify that we have absolutely no role to play. Now I will answer every question of yours.
Okay.
During our conversation, Amit Mahajan assured us that they would provide documents proving they had no involvement in any wrongdoing. But after the call, when we followed up for those documents, their response changed. They asked us to email our queries. When we did, their lawyer responded instead, stating that the matter was sub judice and that sharing information could be seen as participation in a conceivably contemptuous act. But this raises a question. If Amit Mahajan was willing to answer all our questions, why this sudden change in stance? At The Probe, we report stories in the public interest, and no amount of legal intimidation will deter us from our journalistic responsibility. We continue to seek both sides of the story. We also reached out to the SHO of the New Friends Colony police station for his comments related to the case.
इसमें एफआईआर अभी तक रजिस्टर क्यों नहीं हुई? क्योंकि जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड ने खुद अपने ऑर्डर में इसको एक कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस टर्म किया है, बट फिर भी इसमें एफआईआर क्यों नहीं रजिस्टर हुई अभी तक?
वो बहुत टाइम बाद हो चुका है, इसलिए नहीं हुई है। ठीक है, इन्होंने अब भी नहीं शुरू करी कंप्लेंट 23 में, जब तक वो टाइम बाद हो चुका है।
पर फैमिली
18 में अगर ये परसों करते हो जाता है इनका।
अच्छा,
इन्होंने मतलब परसों ही 15/5/23 में शुरू किया है इन्होंने, समझे ना। जब तक वो फिर कोर्ट चले गए, कोर्ट ने मना कर दिया कि भाई इसमें टाइम बाद हो गया, इसलिए डिक्लाइन कर दिया कोर्ट ने।
The SHO too maintains that the case is time barred. But this raises a critical question. When Fortis Escorts Hospital in New Friends Colony filed a medico-legal case on March 1st, 2018, classifying Ashray's injuries as dangerous, why was no case registered? Why was there no investigation? And then, as we examined the police's general diary from the day of the incident, we were met with another shocking discovery. The records incorrectly list the landlord as Ashray's uncle. A discrepancy that raises even more troubling questions about the handling of this case.
Ashray is currently in a vegetative state and he's got a traumatic brain injury which is grade 3. As per the doctors in India, the only thing which we can do is give him quality medical support, give him physiotherapy, but what they say is that just pray for his well-being, because as such there is no medication, there is no surgery which can actually make him conscious again. I would say, our overall perception of life is completely changed. Now our mission is not only to fight only for Ashray. We wanted to fight not only for our son, but for other children who can have the same fate, falling from an open shaft.
Shouldn't there be a mandatory legal requirement to cover dangerously open shafts in building premises? How many more times must we witness children falling into open shafts and manholes, losing their lives to sheer negligence? Shouldn't there be stricter regulations and even stricter consequences for those who endanger the lives of innocent people? Today, Ashray remains in a vegetative state, staring into nothingness. His childhood and adolescence stolen by an accident that could have been easily prevented. Yet, his father refuses to give up. He says the fight will go on, holding on to the hope that one day there will be light at the end of the tunnel. All Ashray's family wants is an investigation. Answers to what really happened on that fateful day. They are not seeking revenge, only the truth. A truth that could finally bring them the closure they so desperately need.
I am the father and Ashray is my son. All I can tell you is that life will sometimes knock you down, but you have to keep the faith. You have to believe that one day, eventually, everything will become okay. I can tell you that there are snakes in this life, but there are also ladders.